is a Group B game in the beach soccer event between Italy and the Solomon Islands. You may be surprised to know Solomon Islands are old hands at this sport. They've got 5 of their team play for the 11-a-side team when it comes to international football and soccer. And they've also played in a couple of World Cups as well. They qualified on this on the basis of Tahiti were unavailable to play due to the fact they would have to represent France, the Tahitian players. So Solomon Islands more than happy to step in and take their places. And they're up against an Italian side that are absolutely resurgent at the moment. Recently won the Euro Beach Soccer League. That was at the end of last season. And they recently won the Mediterranean Games as well. That's their first 2 trophies in a long, long time. The switching coach, Del Duca, seems to have done the trick. But one other thing that they've had that has changed things is the addition of a Brazilian player, Josep Jr., who's not available for this tournament. So how will that change things over the next few days for Italy, who did come into this competition as one of the favourites? Before we get to the beach soccer, we'll get to the national anthems. Beginning of that, the Solomon Islands.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. The national anthem of Italy.
So 2 teams set, one of the giants of Europe against the current champions of Oceania. It's a Group B game. And Italy will be strong favourites for this. Of course, the Mediterranean rivals, Spain, are also in this group, which will be the big match in the next few days. But for now, the Solomon Islands get the chance to face one of the giants of European beach soccer. And for the players, a chance for them to really stretch themselves. They've got a chance here to push themselves and become like Tahiti, who have entered the world's top 10, based on the fact they get to play the world's best opposition. The fact Tahiti have to be part of France when it comes to Olympic competition, which technically this is. And it's given Solomon Islands a real chance in this competition, and of course all future competitions as well. The fact that Australia, they're in the Asian Confederation, and New Zealand don't take the sport too seriously, means this island nation of just 600,000 people scattered in the Pacific Ocean could have a real chance to push on. Of course, what they would love is qualification for the World Cup and all the rewards that brings with it. Two captains tossing the coin. If you're not familiar with the rules of beach soccer, I'll give you a quick rundown if you've just discovered the sport. Pretty simple stuff, really. Not a game of two halves. We avoid that cliche here. We go 3/3, 12 minutes each. The clock stops each time as a free kick, and all free kicks are direct. All free kicks are unopposed as well. The ball goes out on the blue tip. You can kick or throw it in. The yellow flags signal the edge of the goalkeeper's box. You can catch the ball anywhere between those two flags across the width of the pitch. The red flags are the halfway line. You're good to go. Expect all 9 goals a game, that's the average. Shots every 30 seconds, that's what the statisticians say. So we can put that to the test right now. We're about to get underway with the Solomon Islands kicking off this could be a match at the ANOC World Beach Games. Muri waits. We go for the volley. But he's just checking everything's in place. But there's a little bit of a problem. Maybe speaking to somebody involved with the organising committee just to sort things out. That seems to be all in order now. Muri with the early volley. It's over the top. Don't mess, you can watch you. Rather surprisingly, he's wearing tights. 46 degrees Celsius at the moment.
Here we go. Let's all watch this amazing.
One thing the players do have to watch out for, it's cooling down a touch now as we're getting later in the day. But the sand does burn your feet. It sounds ridiculous if you're not from this part of the world, but it's an occupational hazard. McPhilip, good effort, good save by the goalkeeper as well. HALE. Needs to do the first blood in the first corner. MARINAI will take it. He signals with his right hand. He goes to the far side, and GORI will take that. Again, it's the one-handed signal. We'll soon find out exactly what that means. To the edge, RAMACCIOTTI, decent header, but he's for HALE. To Muri. Decent effort for FAROBO, one of the players who has played for the 11-a-side national team and the beach soccer team. Their coach has played for all 3, futsal, beach soccer, 11-a-side game in international football. Not bad at all. From the grandkids. It's GORI now, top scorer for Italy. There's the overhead, no surprise there. He's on 2:38, 2:39. He's stopped by HALE's face. Looks slightly surprised there. RAMACCIOTTI, GORI again. Deflection. Corner. Third corner for Italy. Not even a couple of minutes in. Giovanni. The Mestre. Nicely done. MACCHIOTTI. Looked for GORI, but just going to find him in the pass. Apologises. Back in HALE's hands. It's not gone out of the area according to the officials. This time it most definitely has. It's a decent throw as well. McPhilip, well, he's playing a dangerous game there. He gets away with it. Domestic draws the foul. It's the apology of Muri, veteran of the team, and another one of the 5 who's played international 11-a-side football for this country. Here in the Solomon Islands, it's pretty much a rural sport, which I'm sure leaves you a little bit surprised that there's any actual urban areas in the Solomon Islands, but apparently so. But where they play this sport is mainly out in the small villages, which makes it difficult for them to pick up the players because A, scouting them, so you cross a good number of islands looking for players, and then within those islands, these places are quite remote. MARINAI. Barney does really well there. Charges up the right-hand side, looks for the space, looks for the shot. Does it take a deflection? It doesn't. Or if it does, it's off the sand, so MSG starts with it. MARINAI, if you predict these games, you get up the Italians alongside the Portuguese and Brazilians. They play it slower in his first period or so. GORI with the overhead, not one of his best. It tends to be a slow, and then quick approach. Second period is really applying pressure. HALE. Flat throw forwards. Held in possession well, Solomon Islands. HALE struggled there. He needed to get the ball out of the sand. He's put his team under pressure. They recover well though. Bravo. So many Solomon Island players are taking a risk, and you can see they played 11 aside in a good portion of their career. Because they're trying to dribble across the sand, and that is absolutely lethal against a quick team like Italy. GORI. He's getting his eye in, trust me, one of those will go in very, very soon. He's his all-time leading scorer. Top scorer in the Mediterranean Games recently, top scorer in the Euro Beach Soccer League, which is not a bad effort as he missed quite a few games in that one. Good quick play by the Solomon Islands. Nobody heard what I said about keeping out the sand. First overhead kick. Bounces harmlessly wide. Kiven was with it. Mestri goes for the hands. This sand is kind of sticky. It's not. The shot flies over from Corosinitti. It's not quite what you would expect from beach soccer, where they do import in this part of the world, believe it or not, sand to make the pitches with. In this case here, they've ploughed it. And then hosed it down, ploughed it again, so it means it's quite shallow in terms of beach soccer. Normally it's dipping into your ankle when you step on the ball, or when you step on the sand itself in a European pitch. ZURLO. Don to his goalkeeper. Palamacci's waiting far side, has got touch with the outside of the right. GORI again. The warning shots are going in. That's number 4 now. That could be the kiss of death of the commentator, but I've got a feeling he's going to score 1 or 2 of those this game. Very surprised if he doesn't. He's probably the world's best player at overhead kicks. It's his default.
See those flying balls, people. When the ball comes at you, you catch. Oh!
Decent move. He's with Domestic to deal with ZURLO. Pushing head, almost defensive. Back to HALE in the end. He goes forward. The best pattern to this play. Palamacci twists and turns, now for the overhead. There it goes. There's the touch from the keeper. I think the pattern of play is definitely that anytime they get the ball in the opponent's half, Solomon Islands, they're going for the quick throw. ZURLO, decent efforts, very decent. It's the sand that took it over. Again, it's, as we play it here, it's pretty tough for sand compared to what you normally expect. It's not the same depth to it as when the players move on it. It'll make it in some ways slightly easier to run on the sand, but in other ways more difficult to play on it as well. You see then the ball's more likely to bobble away from you. Domestic just found out. So Solomon Islands will go for that throw again and the header. Well, they've obviously practiced that. They've seen something in the Italian defence. If they can do it quickly, play that quick throw, get the header in, they make a success. Well, they've had 2 attempts now. They've gone on target, but easy for Del Mestre to deal with. Okay, where they go again. This time far post, Del Mestre. GORI just can't connect. 2 definite patterns of play emerging from these 2 teams. Melchior. Put it back to his keeper, but eventually makes it back. Mestre giving the eyes one way. Put MARINAI off as well. MAFANE. The sand as he had that shot. There's a trouble down Mestre there. Ball forward, RAMACCIOTTI with the header. Didn't drop for GORI. Your ideal move in beach soccer is that quick throw diagonal and then across the box as they did there. Italy just couldn't find a finishing touch. And Solomon Islands couldn't. Appeals for the corner not given. McPhilip steps on the ball but keeps it under control. Lovely twist and turn for the big fella. GORI. Well, I said it would happen and it has. He was just finding his range before finally he gets there, and it's that combination. RAMACCIOTTI into GORI. 239 goals for the Italian side. Del Duca, the coach, not showing too much emotion, but I'm sure very happy with that finish. It's taken them a little while to open the scoring, but boy, when they did, it's spectacular. And when that man gets the ball in front of goal, 9 times out of 10, it is always spectacular. Italy 1, Solomon Islands 0. TOME and FAROBO set themselves very much like it's going to be a little flick and kick. Corner. Like Italy, there's no signal in this corner, so no idea exactly where it's going to go. Straight to GORI at the near post. It's the overhead, and an equaliser. Well, it's on it down Mestre. Takes the bounce off the sand, hits the roof of the net, and the Solomon Islands are level.
And we're now tied. People all want down. Goal after goal. It's no time.
Lovely finish. Well, anything Italy can do, we can do just as well.
DJ Great Dane on the ones and twos, providing an awesome beat for today.
So Italy building again from scratch. They didn't expect this. It wasn't in the script.
Now we got 3:10 left on the clock in the first period.
One thing the Italians have with most of the teams they play in the Euro Beach Soccer League and various tournaments like the Mediterranean Cup recently is familiarity. They know who they're playing. They know the strengths, they know their weaknesses, they know their tactics. The Solomon Islands, a little bit of a mystery. Too much information available about them. Not too many videos available either. Be their little advantage. PALMACCI, good save. Clawed it away there, Hale, with his right hand. Vetti. Oh, it's easily done at the far post. Just guided it home, the captain. Chevo, not too much celebrating. It's business-like. Italy take the lead once again. Italy 2, Solomon Islands 1. Simplest of goals. Player most pleased was RAMACCIOTTI on the sidelines.
Can we have some?
Again, instant reply from the Solomon Islands. Not just there, the captain. Goal scorer, played it off the line. Hale waits. Ball forward. He's done well. MAFANE there really, but it's got to be a ball where the player comes back towards it. To be the player across the box or do something with it. Very little space for you if it goes over your head in the corner there. Oh, ZURLO, well, he looks quite like GORI. And anything GORI can do, he can do too.
Contact now, we got 213.
Flat throw this time from Hale. That's his lesson.
Let's check out.
Well, I'm not quite sure what Mestre was doing there. Just needed a touch over the bar and he goes for the punch. Puts his team under pressure, they survive. MAFANE over the top. It's a good little touch with the outside of the foot. A little rattled Italy. They don't look comfortable. They're controlling line shares of the possession. This quick play from Solomon Islands when they get the ball at the opposite end is catching them out. Bertie can't get there. He's out boxed in. Goalkeeper comes out and rescues him.
Solomon Islands fans.
LAUA. Easy for HALE. It's interesting.
Hey.
Worked as well.
How much did you ever thought of going to Solomon Islands? I think we should.
Hello.
All right.
LAUA. As well, onto his goalkeeper. They're unorthodox, but with 5 of this squad having played for the national team 11-a-side competition, that's up to and including qualifying for the 2018 World Cup, they can play. Slightly unorthodox in the way they play, but they can play. And of those 5, 2 of them playing 11-a-side up until the trial period for this competition. They just decided to make the switch. Ball. Santini had to deal with it, and does. He just lifts up his elbow, doesn't he, as he goes. He'll say protecting himself. Anyone in yellow will say something different. ZURLO now, twists and turns, draws the foul, gets the foul. Believe it or not, this is our first free kick in this game. If you're not familiar with beach soccer, this is how it works now. It's completely unopposed and it's direct. Every single free kick is wherever it is. Whichever player is fouled must take the free kick. And a player fouled there, ZURLO, is not one you want to foul. Second top scorer for Italy all time. They enter the golden period. Finally winning trophies. Europe's big boys in the last couple of years. It's a good position as well. So it's all in the setup. They make the mound of sand.
All right.
Tend to flatten the sand behind, maybe in front of the ball. ZURLO steps up. Oh, calm as you like, inside of the foot. He saw the goalkeeper was moving, was coming off his line. He wasn't going to be set when he struck it, so he just took the weight out of it. Down to the left-hand side of HALE.
3-1.
And Italy now lead by 3 goals to 1.
Hands up, Italy.
Very clever free kick. Very clever.
Oh, there you go.
He's got some way to go to catch GORI. Keeps doing that, he won't be far away.
We've got 17 seconds left.
LAUA is poised and ready to go here. Will it be the shots? They've done it every single time so far on the kickoff. It is. It's not bad, is it?
That was super close. And it hits the camera.
Well, everybody puffs their cheeks out in a blue shirt there. And the black one, of course, of the goalkeeper.
5 seconds to go. There goes Solomon Islands. Yellow shirts.
Final attack from the Solomon Islands. Whistle across the goal. Goes out for the throw. There we have the rather weak hooter. But hooter all the same to signify the end of the first period.
There's a timeout.
It's been ever so slightly nervy. Two teams feeling each other out. And the class of the Italians is starting to shine through now. It's Italy 3, Solomon Islands 1.
Yes, I'm talking about high. Oh, come on, selfie time. Yeah, that's right, it's you. Selfie time with your friends. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hey, how you guys doing? Look at this beautiful person standing up. Say hello to everybody, come on. Can you dance for us? Come on, dance for us. Hey, oh, that's enough. Have a seat. Anybody else? All right, Italians in the house. Buonasera. Okay, who wants to shout out? Raise your hands up so we can greet you. Raise your hands up. Yeah, with the baby. Yeah, beautiful baby. Mom, Dad, and the baby. Welcome to beach soccer. Just make sure when the ball is flying, you always alert. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anybody else want a shout out? How about those ladies taking selfies for like 10 minutes now? Are you ladies having a good time? You took like 1,000 selfies now. All right, the most important thing is you ladies have a good time. Okay, so is everybody else. Oh, yes, sir, with his tribes. What's up? How's it going? What's your name? Abdullah. MashaAllah. كيف الحال Abdullah? أنت بخير? Alhamdulillah. Very good. Okay. Hey, that's my brother. What's your name, buddy? I'm asking you what's your name. You take a photo of me? What's your name? Your name is Tu? What? Hello, Dominican Republic. República Dominicana. Buenas tardes. Atletas de la República Dominicana. Yeah. What's your name? Yeah, that guy. What's his name? Ladies, what's his name? Yeah, him, the one who was dancing. What's his name? Yeah. What's your name? Stand up, sweetheart.
ANOC World Beach Games. It's not just about beach soccer as well. Right in front of us right now, we've got the Dominican Republic basketball team. Don't worry, they don't play on sand, because the ball obviously wouldn't bounce. They play on a court next to the sand. Kind of sports have their tradition within a beach environment, so 3-on-3 basketball has that. Has the skateboarding it's in here, and most definitely does a beach soccer, which is ongoing right now. Italy against the Solomon Islands. Italy lead 3-1. Well, the hooter was a false one, just to keep us on our toes. I get the feeling, though, I've been listening to the sound of that hooter and the one just before the break, that they don't have too much gas left in it. They need to be careful here. We're going to end up with just a whistle, and it's not quite the same. So Italy kick off this second period. As you would expect, the all-time leading scorer, GORI, has got a goal. Alongside ZURLO, his lookalike. It's GORI now. Scores him 239 goals in his career. Can I finish it? The captain has weighed in with a header as well. COROSINITI. FAROBO, number 2. So on the right hand side is the goal scorer for the Solomon Islands. Italy score a free kick with the worst possible person taking it, if you're from the Solomon Islands. Anyway, GORI very central on the halfway line. Decision to be made on this free kick now, to try and bounce it in front of the keeper and use that divot in the sand. They'll take it into the goal. Happens so many times. You've got to bounce it about 2 meters from the keeper, otherwise forget it, just takes the weight out of the ball. Or do you go full on power, top corner? I think it's a top corner type of guy. Oh, and he's inches away from it. There was never going to be anything else. But I can't get on the end of it. Maybe you can now with the header. Instead it's touch with the shin that ricochets out. Guevara, he's going to go for the kick in. Changing goal for Italy, CARPITA. 31-year-old goalkeeper is in. Oh dear. Well, that was right there for a chip. He didn't fancy it though. So GORI picks the ball up. MARINAI really well with the dribble along the sand, eventually dispossessed. Solomons go for a switching goal as well. Third goal for them now. He's played for the 11-side national team. He's a little bit taller than HALE, who was in the first period. Probably a bit more suited to the 11-side game. Peter, MARINAI, nice little touch with his shoulder. Touch again. GORI, there's the finish. Well, the sand gets the assist. But the flick up and over was sensational. He had literally no space to do it in, but he did it all the same. It must have been barely above his head as he flicked the ball up. As you can see there, to get it up and over so quick is a real skill, an important skill, because you can't be closed down. One that gets you goals. So Gabriele GORI, his second of the day. Italy 4, Solomon Islands 1. Well, Italy's record win is 16-6. Not tempting fate here, but there's a long way to go. The difference between these two teams as we move to that third period will be, for want of a better phrase, professional fitness, because the Italians, despite all them being part-time, they are very well trained. They've got an entourage of 10 with them here, including the fitness trainer, a doctor. A lot of these players do play, as well as playing in the Italian league, they'll go off and play in the Russian league as well, so they play a lot of beach soccer. World Cup qualifiers this year, the Mediterranean Cup, the Euro Beach Soccer League. They've played an awful lot of international beach soccer as well, so they are very fit, very together. And now screws his shot wide. Goal scorer from Solomon Islands. Not gone out of the area, I don't think. So they get a second bite. Second time they've done that. It's a bit of a schoolboy error, really, at this level. Another cross. It's weak defending. And eventually finds the back of the net. And almost the look of disbelief on the players' faces as it crawled into the bottom corner.
What up, sir? What is your name?
You've got to say they're defending. Kiven, woeful. Flick it with his crossed leg. Definitely no position of strength, and Solomon Islands capitalise. Solomon Islands 2, Italy 4. Ramacchiotti. GORI. To the keeper who beats it away. Ramacchiotti again. Starts to FAROBO. Gets himself the first free kick for Solomon Islands.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people here won't know where the Solomon Islands are on a map. They're enjoying what they're doing at the moment.
Italy. All the fans? Right. Oh, they're just there? Which city? Okay.
KARPITA. Paolo goes for the ball through. I think from there, maybe a shot. Try and bounce it in front of the keeper, put some pressure on them. Those balls through rarely work, Mile.
Okay, after this period, I was
KARPITA, good throw out wide. MARINAI again, great touch. He loses out though, and two yellow shirts crowd him out. Oh, and it's on me, it's KARPITA. Well, it is most definitely game on now. MAFANE rifles a shot, skims off the sand, takes that awkward bounce, and it's underneath KARPITA. Goalkeeper won't be happy with that. Solomon Islands most definitely will. More than back in this game. Solomon Islands 3, Italy 4. Duke not a happy man. There was an infringement before that.
We're going to have a chance to talk to our super fans on the microphone. So if you would be that person, the first one.
So again, Italy, they get clear. I think they're just going to step on the gas and really move away from the Solomon Islands, and then let's claw their way back in. ZURLO, good touch inside. Can't find the space, can't find PALMACCI. And again, it's 3 versus 3 for a second here. Corosinitti away.
Nice one,
Zanetti has to clear. There's no finesse about it whatsoever. They're under pressure here, Italy.
Okay, here we go.
FAROBO thought about the shot for 1 second. Thinks better, goes back to his goalkeeper.
All right, I'm still looking for one
FAROBO. FAROBO again.
Okay, stand by.
It's an effort just wide.
Always good to talk to the fans.
Finally with it, and there is pressure now on Italy. They do not look comfortable. They need a player like GORI. They need somebody here just to step up, to give them that breathing space with a goal, and quick. Peter.
This is really great music.
MAFANE. ZURLO can't get his header on target. Music is building tension. It's all right. Now. MAFANE with a good step one way, turn the other. There's the foul. It's in a good position. And it's with a good player to take that free kick. It's definitely right for the shot on target. But your decisions now in beach soccer are you either try and bounce it in front of the goalkeeper to use the divot to take it past him, or go for sheer power. You can normally tell by how the player sets the ball here that's how it's going to go. If they look a little bit nervous, they're spending a lot of time flattening the sand out in front of and behind the ball, then they're probably going to go to play it along the ground. If they're confident, they just tend to set the ball quickly, set themselves quickly, take the shot. MAFANE, I think, it's the latter. There's the strike. Oh, that's a great save. Strong hands there from Bird. Down to his right, really good save.
Oh, here we go, back in action now.
And
don't forget, if you're taking videos and you put that on Instagram or other social accounts, do not forget to use
nerves continue for the Italians.
WBG 2019.
Well, as the announcer just said, we're getting nervous here as we watch a replay of that free kick. Very good save.
Anybody from the fans who are celebrating birthdays
Peter.
tonight, by any chance? We got a birthday celebration?
Tucks inside, draws the foul, makes the most of it.
Nobody?
The crowd building quite nicely here this evening.
We have a prize if it's your birthday.
A few Italians in the crowd as well, but they're quiet at the moment.
Really? Okay, we'll just give the prize to someone else. Let's just take the prize home.
A little doubt that's a foul.
It's your birthday? You know what's the prize?
LAUA
It's a birthday.
almost chopped him in half with that, didn't he?
Birthday. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a pretty good innocent face though. I would say that.
That's right.
It's worth yellow, and it looks like it's going to be.
Up top, right here. Okay, we got another penalty kick happening.
So this is slightly further out for PALMACCI now. What does he do? Does he go for the bounce in front of the keeper? Bird has got that little psychological advantage over him now, where he knows he can save his pile drivers. Look at the way he's shaping there, the run up. I think it's going to be round two. Strike. Oh, there's the finish. Well, it was almost a revenge mission after he saved the first free kick. The second one was further out. But what a strike it was. Del Duca, the coach, looks slightly relieved, not particularly happy. The two-goal cushion is restored with that free kick. I hate to say it, looking at it in slow motion, maybe the keeper could have done slightly better. As it is though, Solomon Islands 3, Italy 5.
Make some noise! That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful beach, beautiful setting, beautiful country.
Oh, CARPITA was out so quick there. Did so well, the Italian goalkeeper. MARINAI scores himself the free kick inside his own half at the angle. Not ideal as we reach the halfway point in the second period. Would like to have gone on there. Being on a break, Italy. But as it is, free kick is what he's got instead. And this is going to be, I will certainly guarantee he'll try and bounce this in front of the goalkeeper. Again, all the Italian players very confident, don't spend time, energy messing with the sand. They just get it set and then play the shots. There's the bounce, straight to the goalkeeper. They just have to push it away. Oh, it's really well done. Just can't find the opening. Solomon Islands, some clever play there. Finally has to go back. He's out on the goalkeeper's left now. Will Bird use it? Bird. Fancy shot himself, he does. Oh, cracks it off the post. Well, CARPITA was a little bit off his line there. Bird saw it. Oh, there is the finish. And an interesting celebration to go with it. Brilliantly done by LAUA. Well, we were singing the praise of the goalkeeper seconds before for his shot. And the ensuing chaos afterwards. LAUA pops up with a brilliant overhead kick. And again, just a goal in it. Solomon Islands 4, Italy 5.
Okay, here we go. Okay, if you can guess what my partner's name is, we're going to give you a prize.
GORI, back on the sand. They need him. Maricchiotti, the combination of those two can often produce, but that wasn't one of them. Ada. GORI. Skims off his foot, no touching. It's goalkeeper's ball. Goalkeeper loops it forward to Asia. Well, realistically, this shouldn't be happening. You look at the two teams, you look at the level of athleticism, the Italians compared to players from the Solomon Islands, then he really shouldn't be on the same planet. Never mind competing with them on the same sand right now. Two of this Solomon Islands squad have just converted to beach soccer for an 11-a-side game in the open trials that they had for the team. Asia. To the sand. Been influential so far. Can't find the touch they need. GORI. Sand stops him there. You rarely see him play a tap-in. Very rarely see him play a tap-in. Always the spectacular averages. About 1.8 goals a game. Pretty good. I'd go as far as to say he's probably the most lethal striker in beach soccer. Giovanni, the old man of the team, the most experienced, depends on which way you want to look at it, 36 years of age. Man of my vintage, I'll go for experience. Makes the picture concentration, it's got to be the bounce in front of Bird to do the damage here. Here's the bounce, but it's wide. Bravo. Oh, he very nearly knocked out the cameraman behind the goal there. Took his headphones off. He should get some bonus points for that, I don't know. Woke him up. Is that in? It is. With just the deftest of headers into the far corner. The goalkeeper Bird caught by surprise. He tried to get across, but simply done by a new boy to the squad. Oh, look at that. Deftest of headers. He's 30. He only first played in the Mediterranean Games for Italy. But yeah, on Capitani. Sure, maybe he should have been in that Italian squad a good few years earlier there with that touch. Brilliantly done. Solomon Islands 4, Italy 6. He's fresh on the sand and he's keen to play, as you can imagine. You get to call up later in your career, you're going to be a little bit keener to prove yourself. He's just giving away a penalty. Foul, it's inside the box, and it's as simple as that. No VAR in beach soccer. For these decisions, final. They've got 2 on the sand, of course, so it's only 30 metres the pitch, so there's not that much for them to cover. Get to see a replay here. Time for ourselves, but right now the business of the penalty. KOIPALA. First played for Solomon Islands in qualifying this tournament. For that outfield player. This is an interesting tactic that Italy employ. Penalties and certain free kicks, they switch CARPITA out and put Del Mestre in. It's not by accident, it's by design. That's why. That's exactly why. They do it every single time, Italy. And often you say to yourself, well, that's a bit of a pointless tactic when the ball ripples the back of the net, but in that case, it was a very, very good decision. I whisper this, I think CARPITA would have saved that. CARPITA's grandmother would have saved that. How about just wide. But he's been the player so far for the Solomon Islands that's caused the most damage. They need somebody now who'll just push on, put pressure on in that final third. Get those quick throw-ins going again, get the ball one end to the other quickly, and then try and pick up the bits. Nothing that pretty about our beach soccer. Often occasional finish, but often effective. Palamacci does well, does very well. Decent effort as well, Berg with the save. Italy with the looping throw. ZURLO with the overhead that is wide. Now he can't control it, but picks it up as it dies in the sand. That's interesting. Like an episode of Strictly Come Dancing for a second. Perfectly coordinated between the two players. So 2 minutes left in the period. Well, someone just shouted in the crowd here, Hollywood. Don't think they're wrong, let's put it that way. As you can see there, it was a foul. Maybe overreacted slightly, but he's just making sure it's given. LAUA, the player who fouled him, played futsal, beach soccer, and the 11 aside for his country. Not many people can boast that. Palamacci, Italy's 3rd leading all-time scorer. Catch the other 2 with that. ZURLO and GORI can breathe easy. Turn. Finetti says he didn't touch it, and the referee believes him.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to have plenty of time to please nominate
McPhilip. Well, that one's ended up in the bay. Not kidding. Oh, second time hit the post. Whatever happens in this game, I think both teams will be looking at the post as a saviour and as a curse. You can decide which. Good. Leaps it forward. Good throw. Excellent throw. CARPITA's out. He does well. The Italian goalkeeper very well. He's very quick off his line. There's 2 or 3 saves he's made in this game that have been vital there. He just doesn't allow his opponents to lift the ball past him or play it underneath him. Gets off his line very quickly and stays low to the ground as well. Peter, throw. Quick play from Italy. Netti. Can't find RAMACCIOTTI though. One of the simplest things you do in beach soccer to try and score goals are playing quick balls diagonally wide. Take it across the box, and Italy have not managed that today. As we move towards the final third here, he's on a knife edge. Solomon Islands will believe. Italy, they'll be slightly cursing their performance so far. Solomon Islands 4, Italy 6.
Ora vai con Emmanuele.
Final period here in the game between the Solomon Islands and Italy. The referee has tossed a coin for this third period because obviously we have 3 periods rather than 2 you'd expect in normal football. And Italy have won that toss and will kick off. And one thing we don't get in beach soccer is draws. So if this game does finish level and it goes to extra time, they'll secure 2 points for the win. If it goes to penalties, then it'll be 1 point for the win. At the moment, no, Italy in the box seat for those 3 points. The ball didn't go forward on kickoff, so we go again. This seems to be a little bit of miscommunication between the officials. Lucas Esteval is asking exactly what's going on. Well, there's a lot of fuss just for a kick-off to be done again. The goalkeeper out joining in. Hale's back in after his shoulder injury. MARINAI, GORI set themselves up. GORI with the shot. Very un-GORI-like. It's the corner flag that stays in, actually. Hale can play it out. Bravo, one of the goal scorers and star performer for Solomon Islands today. Evo. Melchior, eye on it, gets his volley away. Not on target though. GORI, well, he had space, but the chest control wasn't good. He knows that. Well, if all that support staff and training camps, fitness coaches is to pay dividends for Italy, this is when it should do in this third and final period, because they're against a team that has none of that. Just has a lot of heart. I don't want to send a message to Spain, who are playing on the next pitch as we speak right now. They're the team to be beaten, and they do that by beating the Solomon Islands by a good few goals. So far, it's not happened for them. Messi back in goal in his tights. He's wearing those as a symptom of the pitch being so hard. GORI with the touch. And but this is the situation. I know it sounds silly that the pitch matters in beach soccer, but it does. And this pitch is relatively hard compared to European ones where they really do power up the pitch and you'll sink up to your ankle as you step on the sand. It's not like playing on the beach with your friends. But for the Solomon Islands, they won't be used to that standard of pitch. Well, this is probably an advantage. Italy truly haven't got going here. Rely on the fact that their opponents cannot play on the sand. GORI now, all-time leading scorer with this free kick. Very un-GORI-like in the end. MAFANE. Loops forward. Melchior calms everybody before clasping it. Melchior. MARINAI. Melchior. Gives it the eyes again, looks one way, plays the ball the other. MARINAI. GORI. I'm not sure how useful it is in a goalkeeper, that, to be honest with you. Useful when you're in on goal, isn't it? Play from one end to the halfway line, and your opponent's got plenty of time to adjust. Melchior. He played in the Russian league as well as the Italian league. I was going to say half boots will travel, but obviously in beach soccer that doesn't count. But much in demand player. Something a little different. MARINAI, decent effort, good save by Hale. Melchior waits. GORI now, surely the overhead. Off the bar. I think it took a deflection and it did. So it means a throw to Italy. Melchior, a little bit of different, just illustrated there. Wins headers, scores from headers. Many players do that in beach soccer. Just coupled with that, he's got all the skills you need as well. Score the overheads, you can score the volleys, beat players. Mestre, strong hands. Very good save by the goalkeeper. Again, it's nervous by Italy. You almost hear the hushed crowd here. They're not particularly getting too excited by this. They're not enjoying free-flowing beach soccer from Italy as they expected to when they first took their seats. Mistakes going on that could cost them. Unexpectedly, the first glance for most of the players will not be where the space is. For these Italians will be looking at the clock, I'm sure. Tome 3, interesting. HALE. MAFANE. Good effort. Tome 3 has to deal with it. Pushes it straight up and then thinks about a punch and sensibly catches it. Goal scorer's a new boy to the team there. He's drawn a foul. Silly, really. Still on to possession too long, a little bit of inexperience, despite the fact he's 31, showing through there. We're going to let it fall to one player for the Solomon Islands today. I think that man will be it. FAROBO has been excellent throughout. Foot strike. Up and over. Everything's set there. If you don't have a free kick on that side of the pitch, you do want a left footer taking it, and he was such. Coach we caught briefly there at the Solomon Islands. Another man who's played all 3 disciplines for his country. 11-a-side futsal and beach soccer. Now coaching the national team. When you're from these smaller countries, it's pretty obvious that you've got a chance to cross over rather than having to specialise as plenty of other countries do early doors. I'm sure you could do it as a coach as well. ZURLO. Cheer. HALE grasps it. The best throw out. Got away with that, really. Corosinitti just couldn't get the direction. What was a shot come tackle. Troubles Tome 3. Rather quiet for beach soccer at the moment. The music's not playing. There's a concur with prayer time here in Doha. Muri, back to HALE. Dribble left footer on the right hand side and almost effective as he cut it in. So Tome 3. You get the feeling he's going to be very ginger with his throws here. He's not going to hit the corner too often. He's going to go pretty close to home. Melchior, lovely first touch with the inside of the right. GORI set up perfectly. Just can't get out on target. HALE needs a sigh of relief. Plays the ball out to the right hand side. Italy back in numbers. Kiven hooked away. I think that proves what Italy are about at the moment. No risks. Take that clock down. 4:20 seconds we've got left. Kiven. Tome 3. Lovely ball. GORI! Oh, he should have finished, should have done better there. It's the most space he's had for an overhead kick. Time to think about it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Yeah, how the fans doing?
Solomon Islands failed to use the keeper correctly as they were playing the ball out there. It's a pretty amateurish mistake to make.
Right
If you watch that.
Okay,
Overhead kick from GORI again.
And the official score is 6-4.
All these free kicks where they go to the opposition rather an opposition player, as you can choose who takes them. If they've chosen GORI as a striker, well, that was on his way until it took that bobble. Often that bobble can take it into the goal. This time he saved the goalkeeper. HALE forward. Well, if ever you needed left foot control, but he needed it then.
Okay, we got exactly
He's the national team. Picked up from trials that they held in the country.
Do we have fans from Brazil?
Melchior.
All right. How about Moroccans in the house?
So loop ball forward, GORI and Melchior. It's normally the other way around, they combine. Probably why. Melchior covered so much sand there, got back and did well. Not the best clearance. I think his interception was vital before that.
How about our friends from
Again, leans into his opponent but gets away with it. He doesn't complain, to be fair. FAROBO can't keep it in. To the final 3 minutes.
How about from Spain?
I don't know. Clearance rather than trying to keep hold of the ball and start the attack. HALE. Dear, oh dear. Oh no, we've not really seen in this game the goalkeepers either of them playing the diagonal throw out to the far side where they're standing, and then somebody waiting there to either head it or play it across the box and then score goals. That was the idea. Domestic ZURLO's too small for that. You need a RAMACCIOTTI there. You need a player arriving in the box. Neither team have done that so far, really. It's the simplest way to play. It's the most effective as well. ZURLO there, he should have cleared rather than take it on himself. He gets away with it. One way, plays it the other. PALMACCI, ZURLO. Doesn't reach PALMACCI. Looks for the foul. Draws the foul. Looks like it's in the area as well. It will be a penalty to Italy. You may have heard something rather colourful next to me there. Apologies if you did. Let's just say some of our fans aren't happy. So PALMACCI take the penalty for Italy. This should put the game well beyond the Solomon Islands if they can score it.
Let's see what happens here.
PALMACCI. It's going to be right-footed. Rifles it into the bottom corner. Calm as you like. And Italy do like. As darkness descends over Doha, daylight appears for Italy between themselves and the Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands 4, Italy 7. Take something really special for the Solomon Islands to come back into this right now.
All right, the first score now is 7-4 with a minute and 38. Italy with a 3-goal advantage. Goal deflected.
Easy for Belmestre. He'll take the most of his 5 seconds here. ZURLO with the touch. Touch with the outside, he's crowded out. And again, he's got the opportunity, and there it is, the finish. Muted celebrations. In fact, it's a corner. ZURLO. Just can't get over the top of the ball.
55 seconds left here in the game.
Italy will be happy for Solomon Islands to keep possession. Wanting probably a consolation now, but brilliantly worked goal. 5 passes before it. LAUA into the bottom corner, left foot finish. Really nicely done. But little more than a consolation right now. Solomon Islands 5, Italy 7. Well, the average in a beach soccer game is 12 goals a game. We have now beaten that average. So they lowered the shot wide. Not worrying too much about that right now. This could get interesting. Penalty to the Solomon Islands. 27 seconds on the clock. Stranger things have happened, you know. First of all,
all right, welcome all the fans. Have a seat.
Free kick needs to be scored.
Because this is the
Not quite a penalty, but as good as.
All right.
Only difference being at Delmestri.
Okay, let's find out what happens here.
Get himself off the line, rather than just having to stay on the line. It's such hard work, this Italy. Continue to do so with under 30 seconds remaining. Concentration on the face. And concentration translates to a goal. It won't, it's the post again.
Just in the corner.
Well, that's the 3rd time Solomon Islands have hit the post in this game.
20 seconds.
How different would it be? It being just a few inches the other way. Well, if ifs and buts, etc., etc.
Oh, there's good.
Muri, and again, well, he's definitely rounded up for Italy now. Celebrations will be particularly muted. High five here and there. They know they've not performed particularly well tonight, Italy, but they've done the most important thing, which is win. I can safely say that with 5 seconds remaining. It is Solomon Islands 5, Italy 8.
Okay, here we go.
Off the line.
And we got a whistle. All right, send them out to all the fans in the building.
So a free kick is going to be given. This will be the last kick of the game, I'm sure.
Okay, we scored on week 5. We got a whistle now.
Free kick from the halfway point. Choice is now, do you go for the bounce? Preferably about 2 meters in front of the goalkeeper, or do you go for sheer power? The difference is confidence, I think, in the player. Farley's going to go for power. Did he go for the switching goal? Peter to face this free kick, which is wide, and there is the final hooter. Muted celebrations from the Italians. Disappointment for Solomon Islands. They really pushed the Mediterranean champions. So close, so close. In the end, though, a little bit of quality, that little bit of professional fitness made the difference. A few smiles from the Italian players.
Congratulations to Italy.
But more relief on the faces, particularly if Del Duca, the coach, you see there walking onto the pitch.
Okay, now let's listen to the upcoming game schedule. So we got at 6 o'clock, we're going to have Mexico and Spain. At 7:30, Ukraine versus Iran. At 9,
GORI is ever scoring
versus Russia.
more than a single goal per game to keep his ratio up.
Morocco versus Brazil.